special edition from the Kurt Sports Network. It's the Kurt Sports Show, and I'm your host, Kurt London. Hello, guys. What's going on? Alright, we're definitely going to talk about Week 6, what happened in the NFL season right now. A lot of good surprises, some disappointments still happening. And I got my two guys, well actually one guy who's still with me with NFL stuff who's going to talk about it. And then we got a guy who's going to talk about with the NBA stuff, as the NBA season is definitely coming back into it. The preseason's already started. He's going to give us his talk and take about what team's going to be hot or not, as I will as well, alright? So right now, let's get into the NFL scores real quick from Week 6, right here. Well, after that, you've seen the scores and stats from Week 6, and pretty interesting scores from all the teams that happened in Week 6. I had a guy right here, and he was on last week, and we talked about the teams, and he's going to talk more about these teams that he had to talk about this week. This is my man, Mr. Isaac Gully.
Back here on the scene, chilling, talking football, and the number one favorite analyst they've been talking about, my man Isaac Gully. What's going on, Isaac?
Hey, what's going on? What's going on? Everything cool?
All right. Yo, talk about Week 6. What's going on with the NFL, man?
Week 6, man.
Let's talk about the Patriots. Tom Brady, man, that was a huge win. The comeback was unbelievable, and it looked like the Tom Brady of old.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we say it every year. Every year we get amazed. 14 seasons, we've actually seen this over and over and over again. But he, you know, it was just, you know, what Tom Brady does. You know, and you know, it was just great. You know, it's what we watch football for. It's what we watch football for. Moments like that.
Peyton Manning and the Broncos still rolling.
Yeah, still rolling. And they actually doing great. You know, you can't ask for a better season. You know, they're putting up. Peyton Manning's doing Hall of Fame numbers, incredible. You know, and he's continuing to go on this tear. You know, I predict them to, you know, maybe not lose a game this season.
The Giants look like they're on their way out the door now.
You know, it's pretty close to that. It's pretty close to that, but you know, I'm not giving up yet. I just still think it's possible. You know, mathematically it's possible. You know, and I don't give up on the Giants. Not yet.
Okay.
You know, if they could manage just to get into the playoffs and get hot, you know, we might see a totally different team.
Steelers got their first win finally.
Yeah, Steelers got their first win against New York. Yeah, I like I said, I think Steelers are a good team. I think they're a better team than their record shows. You know, they got, you know, a lot of great skill positions. You know, so I think they're on their turnaround now. I think it's Steelers on their turnaround. They got Ben there. I mean, you know, they got some pieces.
Okay. Finally, the Chicago Bears.
Yeah, the Bears look pretty good. They look pretty good. You know, I look for them to be a contender. You know, I don't know if they're gonna do any more than a wild card spot. You know, but they do look good. You know, they got Marshall. Cutler's looking okay. You know.
Okay. And last but not least, we definitely gotta talk about the surprise and the sad story of Adrian Peterson's son from the Minnesota Vikings running back whose son passed away last weekend.
That's very tragic when you hear something like that. You know, it's very sad to hear. You know, AP. My heart goes out to you.
Thanks, Isaac. I know Isaac, he did a very wonderful job once again, as he knows his NFL stuff. And once again, real quick, while I talked about Adrian Peterson, let's really give a moment of silence for Adrian Peterson's son and Adrian Peterson with his family. A moment of silence for him, for his son. Now, we're going to talk about the NBA. The NBA is coming up, and we're definitely going to talk about what's going on right now. It's preseason, getting ready for the season that's starting And let's talk to a man that knows about it a lot. His name is Mr. Matthew Darling. He's going to give his take on NBA, what's going on with the team and stuff.
What's going on, everybody? It's Kurt London. You're watching another special edition of the Kurt Sports Show. All right? Right here, I got my man, a good guy talk about some basketball as the preseason is going on and the NBA season coming up. It's my man, Mr. Matt Mave Darling. What's going on?
What up, y'all? How y'all doing?
All right. Matt, let's talk about basketball real quick. What teams you like out there is going to look good for you?
Well, right now, I like Chicago Bulls. Of course, Derrick Rose coming back, going to have a strong season. And we got my Denver Nuggets. Can't forget about them. They just added, who they just add? Well, we've been had Ty Lawson, and we just added Nate Robb, and we still got Wilson Chandler, Gallo, and Kenneth Faried, of course. So they're looking deep. And, of course, you got OKC. Westbrook coming back off the injury. They're gonna do some things. They're gonna do some things out there in Oklahoma City.
In the Western Conference, you think besides OKC and Denver, who else you think? Like maybe the Clippers or Golden State could do some damage?
Definitely the Clippers and Golden State. Golden State, they went and they got Andre Iguodala, defender. He's not really a great scorer, but he does a lot of things, so that's good for them. And then you got the Clippers. They went and got Doc Rivers and a few other players. They're gonna be all right. Like I don't really see the Clippers winning a chip this year though. For some reason, I don't feel like they got all the pieces necessary.
Okay. What do you think about Kobe and the Lakers? I know it's going to be a real struggle.
They're done. I don't want to hear about it. Sorry, Laker Nation. It's over for you guys, I'm sorry. It's just real. It's facts.
What about the Houston Rockets? Dwight Howard, new addition, coming in, helping out James Harden.
Yeah, I predict they'll go deep into the playoffs, but they're not winning that chip this year. It's too new. You can't just slap a team together and expect them to just take off like that.
I mean, Miami Heat did it.
Yeah, they had LeBron James, who gets LeBron James calls, and we all know what those look like. Right? Crab dribble, do whatever he wants. Can't even guard the guy. You can't breathe on him. But that's another story.
That is another story. Speaking of the East, we talked about Miami. Let's also talk about the other teams out there. I got a couple teams I think is going to be good besides Miami. You got Brooklyn Nets, of course, who's coming in with the All-Star 5, Hall of Fame 5, I should say.
I feel like that Brooklyn Nets move was like a right now move. So if they don't do it this year or the next, they're going to be in trouble. So they better get things rolling. As you can see, I'm supporting
You supporting the Nets?
Of course I support the Nets, man. Come on. Since Marbury days. Marbury.
All right, what about the Knicks?
The Knicks, yeah, of course, I got to show love to the Knicks, New York team. But I feel like they should have did some more room, like with the Felton, I don't think Felton should start, man. We need a better point guard than Felton if we're going to win. Yeah, that's a big thing to say. Yeah, that's crazy, right? Come on, look at the East point guards right now. You got Brandon Jennings on the Pistons, D. Rose on the Bulls, Kyrie on the Cavs. You even got, who's that? George Hill on the Pacers. Like, all of those guys is better than Felton. Felton is almost as good as Lynn. You put up the same kind of stats. 12 points, about how much assists per game? 6, 7? Not starting material. I don't need that. Not on a championship team. Next.
Well, since you said that,
yeah,
I feel like the Knicks is going to be a good team. They got the right pieces, I think, to put it together. They might need one more piece, maybe another guard, shooting guard. But otherwise, I think with Artest coming in, I don't call him Meta World Peace. That's Ron Artest for me. And also with Kenyon Martin coming back, JR, if he gets back together with all this delinquencies going on with him.
Man, JR.
And we'll see what's going to happen. Pablo Prigioni is going to be good. Chandler, of course. Melo's going to be back. And then Stoudemire, I don't know yet, but we'll see when the season starts.
I do like the Tim Hardaway Jr. move.
Yes.
Oh, man. He's playing good in preseason, too. And Shumpert's looking good in preseason as well.
Yeah, that's another person I wanted to say. Iman Shumpert. He's looking better than ever. I think this might be the breakout year for Iman. The team's going to really look at him. He's a good defender, but his offense is going to really pick up.
I'm looking for the Knicks to make a deal for a point guard somewhere along the season. I don't know. They got to do it. They got to do it.
What about the Pistons? You talked about them with Brandon Jennings, with Josh Smith also coming there, adding on with Chauncey Billups.
Man, I'm waiting to see what those guys do, because that's it sounds good. It all sounds good, but you got to see how it plays out. I mean, Josh Smith, Brandon Jennings, both good players, but they got their problems up there too. They some head cases. I mean, Josh Smith, he be wilding out, shooting threes sometimes. You can't have that. And Brandon Jennings, he be getting into scuffles with refs and other players. They just got to calm that down and win. It's kind of like the Pistons is back to the bad boy era almost, you could say. Well, we'll see. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
They got some big bodies, too.
We will.
Jason Maxiell. They still got Jason Maxiell?
Yeah.
And they got Andre Drummond?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. As he talked about it, bad boys could be coming back to Detroit. Thanks, Matt. And Maeve did a wonderful job as he put together what his NBA takes on NBA teams and players. And I have some as well. But first off, let's talk about, before that, let's talk about the NBA season when it starts on October 29th. Tuesday, October 29th, the teams get underway, with the NBA season, and 3 games are slated off. So you'll definitely be able to watch your NBA on TNT. On 8 o'clock Eastern on NBA opening night on Tuesday. Once again, I want to thank you for tuning in and watching another special edition from the Kurt Sports Network. And we'll get more NFL and NBA stuff going on. Baseball will come on next week, and we'll talk about what's going to happen for the World Series, all right? Thank you for tuning in once again. It's the Kurt Sports Show. I'm Kurt London. So long. Have a good one. Peace, love. You already know. Thank you for watching and listening to another special edition from the Kurt Sports Network, okay? Come back and look for more videos coming up real soon.